see the screen. Am I sharing it or not yet? Okay, now something happened to my Facebook stream. Yeah, that got disconnected. Gosh. Okay. Just give me a second before I get that going again, because devotees there will just wonder what happened. Okay. So, and Sutapa Mataji is traveling. So, that's why she's not here. So we're going public on Facebook here momentarily. Okay. So we are going live over there right now. And since you're able to see that, we will get going on that as well very quickly. So Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 12, verse number 1. Arjun Uvacha Evam Satata Yukta Ye Bhaktaswam Paryupasate Ye Chapya Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha. One more time. Arjun Uvacha Evam Satata Yukta Ye Bhaktaswam Paryupasate Ye Chapyaksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha. And what are the word by word? Arjun Uvacha means Arjuna said. Evam, thus, Satata, always, Yuktaha, engaged, Ye, those who, Bhaktaha, devotees, Tvam, you, Paryupasate, worships properly. So it's properly worship. Ye, those who, Cha, also, Api, again, Aksharam, beyond the senses, Avyaktam, the unmanifested, Tesham, of them, Ke, who, Yoga Vittamaha, the most perfect in the knowledge of yoga. So the translation is, Arjun inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? Right? So that's the question that Arjuna is asking. So remember, sometimes in some of the verses, Vedvyas is saying that Arjun Uvacha, so such and such a person said, right? So when we look at a verse, we have to remember to say that. We have to remember, when we're memorizing this verse, we have to remember to say Arjun Uvacha, Arjun said, right? Arjuna Uvacha, Evam Satata Yukta Ye, Bhakta Swam Paryupasate, Ye Chapyaksharam Avyaktam, Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha. And then we need to get familiarized with the verse first, because we don't do parrot kind of a memorization. We first also try to understand what that verse means. So to understand that, one way is to know the big thing first, and that is the translation. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? Okay, so if you were to cut this sloka into three pieces to say these are the three items that this sloka is telling me, what would you say will be the three there? And since you're not on mute, you can just go and talk about it. What do you think? And it's okay to be different. You can all look at the verse in a different manner. Somebody can focus on one part, and that's fine. This is only an aid for you to memorize the verse. So what would you think are the three sections of this verse in English? And you don't have to type it out. You are not on mute. You are on unmute, I think. Yeah, we cannot unmute. Oh, did I do that? No. Okay, I think I forgot. It is by default, participants get muted. And I think I just missed to unmute you all. Okay, more. Allow. Okay, there you go. Go ahead. Tell me.
Okay, can you just repeat the full question again, please?
Okay, so that anybody else in the class know what the question is? And unmute yourself and tell me.
Ask for 3 of the key things in the verse.
What are the 3 key things in the verse? Varshana Mataji, what do you think that was the question?
Yes, Mataji, you asked what are the 3 portions which are important in this shloka?
In shloka? Did I say important?
Not important, but
Yes.
what does he talk about? The 3 parts.
3 part, yes. The 3 part is the key word there, right? 3 part. Yeah.
The 3 parts are obviously the personal, impersonal, and universal.
Okay. Anybody else has? And I also said that it's okay for different people to have different 3 parts to the verse, right? And it's an aid for you to memorize this verse. That I know these are the 3 parts of this verse. Anybody else dissected this verse differently?
It's asking about after you.
Thank you, Mataji. It's bhakta, and then it's properly worship, and the other one is manifested. Those are the 3 words that said that it was different.
For some reason, whenever you speak, I'm hearing a jarring noise, very squeaky kind of a noise there. I think, is it the headset or?
Yeah, Mataji, is it better now?
Yes, so much better. Ooh, no, it came back again. As if it's some loose connection or something like that. Is it just me or do others hear that?
No, we can hear it. You might have to go out.
We also hear.
Mataji, you might
Okay,
have to
Mataji, adjusted. Is this better?
Yeah, it's slightly better, but still it's a little bit. Do you want to disconnect and connect back again? Do you want to do that? Maybe you'll get a better audio connection. I don't know. Usually yours are, your lines are usually clean.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mataji. Is this better?
This is much better. Yeah, this is our good old.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Okay.
For me, it was bhakta, properly worship, and unmanifested.
Okay. All right. And then what about the manifested? Right. So for the manifested part is covered on the part where it says those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the manifested, those who are properly engaged in your devotional service. So this is the manifested part, right? Yours, you means there's a person there behind. Okay. Yeah. Good. Sadhana Mataji, what would be your 3 parts?
Well, the word perfect.
Okay.
Very, very precise word. The devotional service and the impersonal Brahman.
Okay. And Varshana Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, I meant worship, sorry.
Arjun.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Mataji. First of all, Arjun is asking, who is perfect?
Yes.
Number 1, he asks between, is this you're engaged in your devotional service properly? Second is that those who worship you or the unmanifested.
Okay, so what about the third part?
Impersonal Brahman or you see, you as a personal. These 2 things, and which is the best, which is the perfect one. These are the 3 things I.
Okay. So what are the 3 parts? What are the 3 parts? One more time.
One is, he says that which is more perfect. Okay. Number 1.
Very good.
The one who is engaged in your devotional service or is engaged in unmanifested.
Okay, so give me number 2 and number 3. What is number 2? What is number 3?
Number 2 is devotional service and number 3 is unmanifested.
Okay. So very good. And I would just tweak that a little bit. Devotional service to him, to the personal, right? To the personality of God, right? So those are the 2 key, right? So And then, of course, you covered the fact that Arjuna is asking that question. Okay. So very good. So now we are ready. And so I'll recite these words one more time. Arjuna vacha evam satata yukta ye bhaktasvam paryupasate ye chapi aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. All right. Now, who would like to practice? And should we set up an order as we do every time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Varshana Mataji raised her hand, so we will let her go in first. But before you get started, let's first create the whole list. So Varshana Mataji wants to go in first, and then who comes in next? Who would like to go?
Yeah, I can go.
And Sadhana Mataji, and then after Sadhana Mataji, would like to go?
I can go next.
Okay, Aruni Mataji would like to go in there. And then, okay. And then Sonia Mataji. Okay, right? Then go ahead, Varshana Mataji.
Yes, what devotional service. Arjuna vacha evam satata yuktaye bhakta swam priyupasite ye chapye aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vedama.
Very good. So how do you feel?
The second chapya aksharam avyaktam. I was stuck there, but now I think I know that it is aksharam and it is avyaktam. So
right, and for that, you know, the English transliteration is going to help you. Right?
Yes,
if you look at what Prabhupada has given us, it's easy, because if you look at this, then it's like, all right, it's difficult to have where are the words being broken. But Prabhupada has broken it very nicely into these three separate verses, which makes it easy for us to pronounce it. Okay.
Madaji, may I say the second line once again?
Yes, because I was going to ask you, what about this one?
Okay. Evam satata yukta ye bhakta stam paryupasate ye chapye aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vedama.
Okay. Now you said you wanted to pronounce the second line only.
Okay.
So be mindful.
Mataji, you said paryupasate, so
yeah. So we could have stopped here. Just be mindful, because we have a time constraint, right? Others we also need to practice. Okay, good. Yeah, you got it right this time. Okay. Then who comes after Varshana Mataji?
That's me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Arjuna yuvacha evam satata yuktaye bhaktastvam paryupashate ye chapa aksharam avyukatam tesham ke yoga vittamaha.
Okay. So how do you feel?
That third line was not so good.
Okay. So, all right. So in the second round, you listen to what others are saying, and then in the second round, we'll go, right? I'll repeat that one more time. Arjuna vacha evam satata yukta ye bhaktastvam paryupasate. So this is a difficult one, right? Paryupasate. Break it down. Ye chapya. This is chapya, like tyagi, right? Tyapya, like that. Ye chapya aksharam. So this is a sha. There is a sha because there's a dot there. Aksharam avyaktam. And then again it's a vya. Vya as in pya. Then this is vya. Right?
Yeah.
Avyaktam. So vyakt means to manifest, and avyakt means unmanifested, because there's an A there, right? Chapi aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. All right, so yeah, go ahead. Who's next? I think Aruni Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah. Arjuna uvacha evam satata yukta ye Bhaktastvām pariyupasate ye chapya aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha.
Very nice. Go ahead.
Arjuna Vacha Evam Satata Yukta Ye Bhaktastvām Pariyupasate Ye Chapya Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha.
Right. And how are you feeling?
Mataji, I think I felt quite okay here.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Okay, good. So
The only word was chapya.
Chapya. And then this is
Aksharam Avyaktam. Yeah.
Very nice. And this is yoga. So this is
yoga.
Yoga.
Yeah.
Yoga.
I think I meant.
Yeah, yoga. Yoga Vittamaha. All right, let's go back again. Everybody, let's do one round, everybody. So starting with Sadhana Mataji. Oh no, starting with Varshana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Arjuna Vacha Evam Satatayokaye Bhaktastvām Pariyupasate Ye Chapya Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha.
Very good. Now, so you got that everything nailed down. And now all that you need to do is to keep on reciting it again and again. What I will recommend highly all of you to do is to record it and then listen to what you're saying. Record it, listen to what you're saying, right? And once you have done it 4 or 5 times, then come and post it on the WhatsApp group, right? So that you have got a lot of practice when you're doing that. Fantastic. Okay, then who comes in next?
Myself. Okay.
Go ahead.
Arjuna Yuvacha Evam Satata Yuktaye Bhaktasvam Paryupashate Ye Chapya Aksharam. I'm having, sorry. Ye Chapya Aksharam Avyaktam Teshamike Yuga Vittamaha.
Yeah, so this is a lot of improvement over the last time. And then Tesham Ke Yoga. Yoga Vittama. Yoga, as we connect with the Lord, right? Yoga Vittamaha. Okay. Who's next?
Sorry, it's me. Arjuna Uvacha Evam Satata Yukta Ye Bhaktastvam Pariyupasate Ye Chapya Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha.
Very nice. This one is Bhaktas. You know, there's a Bhaktas. Like if you're looking at the Devanagari, Bhaktas. So there's a bar here, right? There's a bar on top of the day. Bhaktasvam Pariyupasate. Okay, good. Who's coming in next?
Arjuna Vacha Evam Satata Yukta Ye Bhaktastvām Pariyupasate Ye Chapya Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ye Yoga Vittamaha.
Tesham Ke
Yoga Vittamaha.
Okay, now each one of you also recite the translation, starting with Varshana Mataji, so that it's in our head what we are doing, right?
Hare Krishna. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? Hare Krishna.
Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
Very good.
Oh, are we all reading this? Okay. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested.
Good.
Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
Okay, good. Now, as a class, let's see what is it? What is the translation? Can we construct the translation without looking?
Arjuna inquired.
Good.
Well,
You got the first part. Can anybody? Yep. As a class, come try to fill it up. Come, put the flesh in it.
what is the best method of? Go after you.
Those who properly worship, I think.
Okay. And then yes, continue. I'm looking for the essence. I'm not looking for the exact. I'm just looking for the.
What is the perfect? Which one is perfect? He asks.
Okay. Yeah, he asked, right? So Arjun inquired which one is perfect, and then he gives the two options, like that. So have the
those who are engaged in your devotional service.
Yes.
Or those who worship the unmanifested Brahman.
Okay, so when they were talking about being engaged in devotional service, there was an adjective that was used. There was a describing word that described
your
your devotional
to
service.
You.
Sorry?
To you.
No, that was no. That I'm asking an adjective that is describing
pure devotional service.
Actually, adverb, right? I will just maybe I'll just give it to you because they were saying properly engaged, right? Paryupasate. See, upasana is to worship, right? Upasana is to worship, but they are saying paryupasate. This is properly engaged, proper devotional service. They're saying that, right? So now we have to kind of get into a relationship with all these words, all the words which are there, and then it will get committed to your memory. One more thing that
May I try?
Yeah, no, we are out of time. So what I was saying was that one of the things that you should remember is that easy come, easy go, these verses, right? So as you are memorizing this, what you also have to do is to memorize or recite the last one also, right? Otherwise, that will go, this one will come. These two will go, a third one will come. So now you have to take care of all your previous relationships. You can't move on to another shloka. You have a relationship with all of them and you maintain those relationships like that, right? So I need to go. But before I go, I also wanted to, since we have Soni Mataji here on the call, and Varshana Mataji, I can't take any reflections today because I'll get late.
No, I'm not asking for.
Okay, I thought you.
No, I'm not asking for the.
Okay.
No, I was raising hand to tell you that today, since Prabhuji's brother passed away, so can we say Hare Krishna 3 times? That is what
yes, we will definitely do that. And thank you so much for your good heart. And I was just saying that since we are seeing Soni Mataji first, in face to face, and she lost her father recently, which is a big thing for anybody. So we can pray for both of them. Rakesh Prabhu lost his brother. I had the good fortune to meet him. Last time when I was in India, I went and spent some time with him. He was undergoing chemotherapy at that time. So this didn't come as a shock to us. It was expected. Actually, when the Jiva soul leaves the body, it should never shock anybody because it can leave anytime. What is shocking is that it stays inside this body and doesn't run out of all these holes that are there. And then, of course, Soni Mataji has had talked to me about her father, and I have only good things to say about him as well. So, Soni Mataji, would you like to say a few things about your dad?
Mataji, even though we should not be surprised, we were not ready, considering all the efforts that went into, taking care of him, and, we didn't expect it to happen so suddenly. Yeah. Even though all that we are reading is that don't be surprised or bewildered.
Yeah.
And Mataji, I have sent you another question according to the last slides because of the situation at Haridwar. Mm-hmm. So when you get a moment, if you could, send your thoughts on that.
Oh, sure. I will do that. Yeah.
I sent you a WhatsApp message. Just wanted your thoughts on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is I can generalize it, and I can definitely answer the question. Um, different different times require different actions. So Prabhupada's thing always was that we should act according to the time, the place, and the circumstances, right? For example, um, people are getting married, and it's a big event and a happy and a joyous event. And people wait for many, many decades to get their kids married or themselves to get married and things like that. And then this pandemic has come, and it's like nobody can come, and things are getting worse. But this is a situation, and so you have to act accordingly in a way that is for the general good of everybody. When people pass away in America, right? I've noticed from some of the devotees here that, of course, they are cremated. We have their ashes. And what do you do with the ashes? There's no ganges over here, right? So they keep the ashes with them. And then I have seen that, at least for the 3 or 4 yatras that I went to with my Guru Maharaj, he was always carrying somebody's ashes because he was going to the Ganges to immerse them, right? So this is according to the place, according to the circumstance. We are here in America, somebody left their body, and then, we have to do those, we have to perform those rituals. And so they can wait. They can wait, people can do that. Idea here is that since we have got the human body, which is a very precious gift, so when somebody passes away, right? Like my brother-in-law, he was a very dear brother-in-law. Rakesh has many brothers, and he was the sweetest and my most, dear to me. Very fantastic soul. And so, when these kinds of things happen, and you are in a situation that he has gone, somebody whom you loved so much is now gone, right? In case your dad has gone, and then always there is this thing like, what can I do? What can I do for him? And so we are all, and you are, Soni Mataji, in a position to do a lot more than what you can do in other places. Just yesterday, I was watching some, professors from Stanford as part of my job give lectures on certain aspects that I needed to know. And they were fantastic presenters, fantastic topics, super, super intelligent people. And I was just, in on awe, right? Wow, Krishna, so much intelligence, this and that. I was just generally in my head, I was just admiring. And then later in the evening, somebody in one of our WhatsApp group wrote that his brother-in-law is under COVID and having difficulty breathing, and please, can you pray? And that's when I suddenly remembered that, you could be in Stanford, you could be in MIT, you could be anywhere giving all kinds of topics, and how do you do good negotiations, how do you do good communication, and how do you plan, and all that kind of things that you can do. But where the rubber hits the road is that you ultimately come to the devotees and say, okay, there's technology and there is knowledge and there's science taking care of my brother-in-law, but he's having trouble breathing, please pray. So that is the reality of life. And that's when I realized that, devotees are in this unique position that they are able to pray. And once a person leaves the body, all that is going to, help. Honestly, whether you were able to immerse the ashes in water or not, it doesn't matter, right? Because what is the ash? It's the material body. That was never him. Very difficult to digest it. And like you said, that we do all read everything, but we still get bewildered. Yes. And it is okay to be bewildered because soul has got is sentient. It's got feelings. So there are feelings there. We are not a religion or a philosophy which says that you cut off all your emotions. No, right? So it's okay for you to be here, to feel bewildered. It's okay for you to cry. And so what I was saying was that devotees are in a position to give what is most needed to the soul, and that is our prayers, and which we will do. Thank you, Vaishana Mataji, for that. And then the second thing is that when somebody leaves the body, is also time for us to think that how much do I think, statistically speaking, that I have left remaining? This thing is going to happen to me also, and how prepared am I? How prepared am I to do that? And then we realize that, oh, to do this preparation, you need a human body, right? The dogs and the cats, when the master passes away, they can't pick up the Bhagavad Gita or recite shlokas for them. They can't do that. So we have to preserve the human body. And so when it comes to that, then, we should not get sentimental and do things that's going to cause, bad things for our body. So it's okay for if somebody has to wait for a little while, keep the ashes in the home. And then, when the time is appropriate, you can go and immerse the ashes to the places, people do that. Long time ago.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. I will try to influence because
Try to influence
too
that.
much pressure.
Yeah, because we have to tell people that number one, you can't bear the loss of two people, right? First the dad goes, and then the person who goes to immerse the ashes in the Ganges, he gets COVID. And you see Kumbh Mela and all that. We see so many things.
Yeah, it's
maintain social distance. Maintain social distance, right? And we never know when it's going to catch. I was just talking to my sister last night, obviously. And she was talking about that she was in some family, the husband went to get the vaccine, and she was telling her that, she had an appointment with this lady, and she said, you please cut short the appointment because I have to go to get my COVID vaccine. And then one thing led to the other. The lady didn't go that day. And then when my sister called her 7 days later to follow up on something, and she said, I haven't done anything because now I have got COVID. So, people should not also postpone these things. If the vaccine is available, we have waited for such a long time, then we should get vaccinated. So we have to do the right thing. We have to do the proper thing. It is difficult. Sometimes you have to the voice, and beyond a certain point, if you are not able to influence after giving it your try, remember, karmarnyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachina. You have a right to perform your duty. You cannot focus on the result, like that. And
okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, you're trying your best. And that's what you have to do. Okay. So let's just chant, 3 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra for
Thank you to all the Matajis on the call. Thank you for all your prayers for my father. I haven't reached out to you personally, but I really appreciate all your prayers. Thank you.
Yeah, when you write something on the WhatsApp group, we consider that as you have reached out to us personally.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah,
thank you.
All right, so get started again. Hare Krishna. You can all chant together. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
You.
Dear Lord Krishna.
You're well, Swami Mataji. Look after yourself, Mataji.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
We feel for you.
Take care, Mataji.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Take care of yourself, Mataji.
All right, so we'll just pray to Lord Krishna to guide the souls of Soni Mataji's dad, as well as Rakesh Prabhu's brother, as they are going to their destiny. And we hope that they go to Krishna, help them reach a fine destiny. Hare Krishna, thank you, Lord, for considering our requests and the pranams. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha. Evam satata yukta ye bhaktastvam paripasate ye chapye aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Okay, so have that thought, continue to practice. I've already posted the recording on the WhatsApp group together with the text, so you're all armed and ready. Okay, Hare Krishna, have a good rest of the day. Hare Bol.